welcome back to Doing Things with Steve, Indiana. Today, nice out, not so windy. I thought I'd come out here and show you how to do these redo irons. This is one of my favorite ones. I got this one a couple years back off my shop owner. Nice and clean. This thing was so disgusting, but he wouldn't give it up. He'd sit there and I think he wanted $10 for it, and I'm telling him, hey, look, who'd eat out of that thing? The guy says, yeah, but there's people that come around that buy these things, they can redo them. I think the guy dropped it down to $7 for me, you know what I'm saying? But $7, I redone this, is $20, $25 anytime I want to get rid of it. That's just one I've done. I want to make sure I got everything we need today. Towel. Crisco. Man, there's going to be people out there going, why is this guy showing people how hard it is to do this? People out there make money. I have. I've made money doing this before. Plus, I've done it on my own. Anytime you do it on your own. Anyway, I got a couple people, Jimmy Cochran, the preacher of ours, friend of ours, personal friend of ours for about 35 years. He just texted me today and said, when are you going to put that video on? I got some pots I want to do. I was going to ask him, well, let me use your pot, but then he said, I want to watch your video so I can do mine. So, Uncle Steve, Lovey's brother, he brought this one for me. Can you see that?
Yep.
It's pretty nasty inside, but it ain't as nasty as one I wanted. Outside, pretty good. That, terrible. Kind of a clean top, still a bunch of nasties on it. We're going to do this too. At the same time, he brought this one. This one really don't need it. But I'm going to do it anyway. The top, terrible. It needs it, so he's getting it too. Now the thing is, the first thing you want to do, no wire brush, none of that crazy stuff. I'm going to take a rag. It's going to kind of wipe out what I can in here, which ain't going to be much. But give it a once over. It's not going to hurt nothing. I'm going to show you the magic. Like I said, people are going to be like, why is he showing you guys this? This is easy. I'm probably wondering myself why too, but hey, it's one of them things. I just use it for my own fun anymore. So check this out. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to take this top, which doesn't really have much to it, wipe it off. Wipe it off. Step 2. Over to the fire. I'm going to go ahead and wipe this one off, and there's room to put it on too, so if you want, just leave that there, baby. I'm going to do this top at the same time. Just want to heat them up for a while. Get them nice and hot. And what that's doing is kind of loosening up any of that rust, cracking it up a little bit. I'm going to let it cook for a little bit, come back out. I'm going to wipe it back out. And then I'm going to show you the magic. And you guys might get off on this. But hey, while the video's on, I don't know if you guys watched the last video I did up there at Dow's Park. Kind of left out a couple of important things. You can't take nothing out of that park. Not a bug, not a wildflower, nothing. The nature preserve. Everything in there, no plants. I suppose you take a wood tick out if it was stuck on you. But other than that, no. Mushroom hunting, absolutely not. There's no mushroom hunting up there. And this was pretty important because somebody might go up there and think, hey, that looks like a fine mushroom hunting spot. Mushroom hunt all you want, pick it. Not. You can't do it. Now, can you go up there and do it? You probably get away with it, but it's your conscience, you know what I'm saying? Deer and other animals, they enjoy the mushrooms too. The only thing you can take out of there is legal fish. They stock the pond with channel cat, crappie, bluegill, largemouth bass. The only you can take them out as long as you have the license for it and it's a legal limit. I thought I would just put that in there because I thought it was important and I did forget about it. All right, I'm going to shut this off for a little bit. We're going to let it heat up. We'll be back in a minute, and I'm going to show you what I do after this. You have it on now? Mm-hmm. All right, stuff's been on there cooking for a bit now. I'm going to take this stuff off, and it's going to be hot, so I got a couple places here. I'm going to put this stuff. Kind of glad it's a little chilly out today with a cool wind. Man, I had to take that pullover off and put a shirt on. The sun had me baking out here. All right, these have been sitting there doing real well. I'm going to get the fire going a little bit more, baby. So, if you want, keep on it. And I'm going to throw that other one on. Try to keep a nice hot fire going. There. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this one on. This one really doesn't need it, but if you look, especially around the edges, I don't know if you can see it in the sun, but around them doggone edges, terrible. So, while the other ones are cooling off, we'll fire this one back up. There's really nothing I can do but sit here and talk a little BS with you. I really don't have too much to say today. I ain't got cold last night. Cherry blossoms. We got blossoms on both cherry trees and the beginning on an apple, no, peach trees. 2 peach trees and an apple and a cherry tree. And we'll see how they lasted after that cold last night, no doubt. Well, I'm going to let these cool off for a minute. I'm going to go back in, take a break, come back out, and show you the rest of it. This one here looks like it's going to start cooking pretty decent, pretty quick. The idea, get it good and hot. All right, I'm ready to go get some swill, baby. I'll just come into it. Still a little bit warm. Took them off the fire. Just wipe a little bit more of this inside out. this. Ooh, that red gut. That's nice. While we were in the house, I turned around and put the other kettle on there to get hot, and it's cooling off right now. I'll get to that later here in a little bit. Anyway, what that heat does is helps heat up that rust. It'll snap that rust off. You didn't see it, but there was little rust particles in there. Hell, the heat alone starts doing a pretty good job. But that's still warm, but it doesn't matter. It'll just help warm this up a little bit. Now, this is a trick. If you miss this part, you miss the whole thing. So you gotta pay attention real good. See how I folded that rag up real good? You gotta fold it up like that. Just like that too. If you don't fold it up like that, it's not gonna work right. Get your glob. Get a freaking glob of it. Don't be afraid. Smear it on there. Put that inside every square inch of that puppy, hey? Don't be scared. Use it. Fuse it. Put it on there good. This handle too. Now, we're going to do that outside. That outside be just as important now as the inside. So let's get this bad boy. Slob it up real good. Huh? See how I did that, you guys? Tricky. Get that bottom. This is the other tricky part. This is Crisco oil, so when you put it on there, poof, it's gonna tear you up quick. So you gotta be real fast with this, man. Ha! Lies! Now, got me some more Crisco. I'll wipe this puppy down too. So, you know, one of these was really terrible inside. I don't remember which one it is. It might have been this one. It sucks. But it shall suck no more. You know? Might as well do this puppy too while we're sitting here. I mean, if you don't get it, ain't gonna help it. Get down dirty. Get up in there with it, man. Don't be afraid. You can believe I'm gonna want something good made with these when old Steve Wayne comes back. My brother-in-law. Fun guy, man. Dude's between here and Florida all the time. Single guy. Hey, Steve, why don't you move back to Terre Haute? You gotta be kidding me. That dude's got a life. It's a fun life. Spends a lot of time down in Florida. Hopefully this summer, and I guarantee you this summer, you'll see it doing things with Steve, Indiana, down in Florida. Of course, grandson, hopefully he'll be down with me. Again, let's heat these bad boys up. Well, check out the glaze. You all see kind of like the darkness already on it. This is doing it. Like you can't be afraid to sop it up. You know what I mean? It's not gonna hurt nothing. It's gonna. I tell you, I showed my son a couple of years ago how to do this. We had the thing so freaking hot that we had a fire NATO, man. He's actually got a picture of it on his phone. That thing got to be so big. I'm not lying, man. A fire NATO. You know how people tell a fish story? I caught a fish like that, but it was really like that. This fire NATO was like this, man, but it was like, hey, check it out. We're back there. That thing grew so big that we're right on the edge of the garage. I ran in the house, grabbed the fire extinguisher. Dolphin, he was grabbing water as hard as quick as he could. We're back there, man, spraying this thing. But it got to be 6, 8 feet tall, man. We're spraying it down, throwing water on that. That's a fishing story. But we do have a picture of the fire NATO, man, that was probably that high, whipping for a good 3-4 minutes. And I'd never seen anything like it, man, but it was pretty cool. I doubt we're going to get that here. I'm doing good, though. We might as well shut this off for a little bit. I'm going to go wash myself off. And here in a few minutes, we'll come back out here. Hey, look, we no more than shut that bad boy off. Got halfway up to the house, turned around and looked. And there it was, man. By the time we turned the camera back on, and it settled down, didn't it, Lovey?
Yes, it did.
I mean, look, I ain't even washed up yet. That was awesome. All right, we'll be back in a minute. All right, they've been out here for a while now, so now I'm going to take them off, and I'm going to let them cool. Burn the top of that bad boy.
Wood burning at its best.
Perfect circle. Cool, huh?
Yeah. Steve's crop circles.
Right? Okay, here's my monster. So anyway, here's my monster in the crop circle. Oh, Larry. Is it on?
Uh-huh.
All right, here's the other one that was sitting here cooling down. It was cooling down, so I'm going to put it up there to fix it. Things are hot. Still, it takes a while to warm down. Did I get it all the way over there?
Yep.
went in and cleaned up to come back out and get dirty again. Not that big of a deal, right guys? A little bit of fire. Take time, let it burn for a while, let it cool, let it burn. It's gonna take a few minutes for these ones to cool off, but when they cool off, I wipe them down, put a little bit of that Crisco back on them. And what you want to do after you cook with them, you want to keep them that way. When you get done cooking with them, they say, oh, don't wash them with soap and water. And the hell with that. You wash them, put them on a stove, let them dry on a stove. It takes you a minute to turn the stove on. And plus, who cares? At the end, when they're dry, just take a little bit of spray or oil, Crisco, put it on the bottom, heat it up on your stove until it just starts to smoking. Shut it off. Take it off the heat. Just let it sit there. That's taking care of the bottom. Yeah, but you can't cook eggs on them. You know, you cook eggs on them. Well, you know, yeah, you're not going to cook an egg on them if you don't have some lard in there. I mean, they're not Teflon. You know, they're rough bottom. But if you keep doing what I say, almost every other time you use it, put a little layer on there. I got wife a frying pan in there that's same iron, baby butt smooth on the bottom of it. She loves cooking eggs and she loves cooking hash browns inside of it, fried potatoes. Nothing better, man. I mean, son of a gun is really, but you got to cure it up once in a while. You got to take care of it. Same with these things, you know. Anytime somebody gets their hands on one of these, I wanted a real nasty. I wanted one that you guys would have looked at and said, don't even bother with it. That's really what I wanted, but I couldn't find one, you know. And like I said, Uncle Steve said, well, I got a couple, but he said he didn't want to bring the really good ones down for the fact he wants to watch the video and do it himself. Smart guy. I might have charged him a couple $20 for doing them. You know what I'm saying? But he's smart enough. He's like, nah. I just bring you one or two to use on the video, and I'll do the rest myself. I like that. I'm gonna learn something. Again, we might as well just shut this off for a minute and go in, and that thing's still hotter than heck over there. So I'm just going into it. All right. I've had these things off the fire. I can touch them now. I'm just sitting here cooling. So I'm gonna wipe the other ones off. You know, just takes a little bit of time, a little bit of heat. Of course, you're gonna have to wipe them off. I gotta say, they turned out pretty good. Thanks. Alright. You got this a nice smooth bottom on them. Gilbert. Now I'm gonna take, we're done. So what I'm gonna do now is just take a little bit of lard, rub it all over on the bottom of that, up on the side. That's not gonna hurt nothing. Now, you can put it away like that, or you can take it in and cure it, which I'll end up doing. What I'll do is I'll take these back in the kitchen, I'll turn the stove on low, and I'll put these on it, and then when that starts smoking, I mean as soon as it starts smoking, you sit there and watch it. Take it off, shut it off, take it off the heat, let it cool down. Next thing you know, the bottom of these bad boys are gonna they'll become smooth. Now, this one was terrible, but look at The outside, nice and dark. Inside, dark. Do we have a little reddish color right there? That's what ionics on iodized or whatever. I don't really know what the hell I'm saying. That's the coloring is not coming out, but that's smooth. No rust. Sweet. The other one, terrible. Terrible. Nice and dark. Again, I wish I remember what the hell they call that rust color. A little bit of rust, smooth bottom. Smooth bottom. This is ready to cook on. And you can bet your butt when Stephen Wayne comes down to pick one of these bad boys up, he's going to spend some time on the stove, man. He's going to make us something out of that. Doggone it. And of course the tops. Again, pretty nasty. Especially, you know, the insides of these ones were. Again. What? Couple hours, you know, get a fire going. Ain't got nothing better than to sit on here and play in the fire anyway. There's two. And those were the two I was doing, right? All right. Well, you got done doing things with me again today. And now we're done. Swill. Save yourself a couple bucks. But Steve, I don't have a fire ring in the backyard. Well, today would have been a really nice day to go out to one of our county parks, especially when they're going to be open. Most time you go out there, I mean, they might be closed for camping, but you go out there, if there's got a fire ring out there, you throw some logs in there, you spend a day out there, you can have a cookout and hang out at the park all day long. Don't cost you nothing. Go out to the park, hang out, do a little fishing, start a fire. Do that out at the park. You know, there's always a way to get around something. You know, it's simple to do. I hope everybody gets an opportunity, or you know, Stephen Wayne, he's not gonna have a problem. Jimmy, he lives out in the country. He's not gonna have a problem. Enjoy it. So that's all I have to do today. I told you it was easy, and somebody showed me how to do this years ago up north. They had a big old bean pot, big, big. It was nasty, rusty, and I'm like, you know, I was going, what the hell, man? What are you gonna do with that? Oh, we're gonna fix this up so we can get some beans going in it. You know, blah blah blah. And really, what they were gonna do was they were heating it up and to put the chickens in it to help pluck the feathers off. But I didn't really want to say that. Anyway, it was nasty, and we're me and my brother were giggling, we're rubbing each laughing about it. They got this bad boy on a chain, on a tripod, man, and they had a doggone bonfire going up underneath this thing, and we're thinking, what the hell? And you know, by the end of the day, it was ready to go the next day to boil water in it to safely help soften up some chicken feathers. All right. I think on my video coming up, there's a lot of food growing right here in your yard. People see dandelions and they're like, oh man, I hate a dandelion. I'm going to have an episode coming up on dandelions and what you can do with them too. Hey, check it out. Yeah, I'm going to do one with dandelions because a lot of people just, they have a hard time believing, you know, what you can do. Anyway, I'm mumbling on again. I hope you guys like this. If you know somebody that wants to do this, send them the video. Like it, hit that subscribe button. I mean, hit the subscribe. You people that are hitting that subscribe button, believe it or not, it gives me the incentive because I'll be going out later on this summer, but not this summer, but give this winter time and fall time. Uh, I'm gonna go out and do things that I used to do when I was a kid in the woods. You know, that's overnight camping and living, you know, the way that you should. Right now, you can't do that. Not the right time of year for it. Summertime coming up. I'll probably do videos in the woods though. Probably by myself in the woods. But there's no hunting and stuff. But I like to go out and try to get shots of deer and stuff like that. But anyway, going on again. I'm done with this. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Like I said, pass it on. Hit the subscribe. The more I get to subscribe, I see another one. It excites me and it makes me really want to go out and do it again. Now, nothing's really been going on lately, so it might be another couple weeks, you know, before I throw another video out there. Give all you guys an opportunity to check out the ones I got. It's a Friday. Bubby's going to try to get this out there so you guys can enjoy it. Until next time, all you YouTube people, lovers love and haters hate.